Hello, and welcome to episode 56 of Prog Review. And this time, in my massive epic Rush review, I'm looking at 2112, or whatever it's called, 2112. It's supposed to be 2112, isn't it? Yeah. This is the album, of course, and it's taken from the Rush Sectors 1 box set, which is here. And there's a little face on the side, and there's an unboxing of all the box sets on my channel if you want to have a look for it, if you want to dig that out. And I shall begin. So, this is the fourth album from the band. It was released in 1976, and let's face it, we're only a century away from 2112 itself. But this is the big one. This is the album that broke the band, and everyone is probably the most familiar with. It's also the only Rush album that I know, but it's been a long time since I've listened to it on cassette. Yeah, I was the guy that bought it on tape. Okay, so anyway, the album begins with the title track. It's a 7-part extended piece, which is pure sci-fi prog. Okay, it doesn't have the sophistication of, say, Genesis or the musicianship of Yes. But it's a really good rollicking ride. From the opening whizzy panned guitar calls, dun 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 dun, you know what I'm talking about, through to the explosions and the robot voices and the water effects. It's a fun piece of music, and I can see why young men with fuzzy teenage beards would listen to this on headphones in their bedrooms, dreaming of their first romantic conquests and nodding their heads sagely as the protagonist told his tale. And if you knew no better, this would blow your tiny little mind. It's a tale of galactic war, one man's discovery of music, his attempt to reconcile music with the masses, his downfall and eventual death. It's heady stuff. Okay, it's not Supper's Ready, or Close to the Edge, or even Carnival 9, but it's definitely worth checking out purely to see what our colonial cousins were doing with the genre. It's certainly epic, I'll give them that. So, if it was the old days, we'd turn the record over. The first song after 2112 is A Passage to Bangkok. You make up the rude jokes, I'm not. It appears to be a song lauding the use of certain narcotic substances. But of course, it might just be a travelogue. It might be just the guys talking about where they've been. While it harks back to their rock and roll material from previous albums, the musicianship has greatly improved, and the band, has got the hang of writing memorable hooks. This is followed by a track called The Twilight Zone. It's okay, it doesn't really engage with me, and after what's gone before, it feels a little bit throwaway. And then there's a song called Lessons, which again it features the usual Rush style riffing and a switch from light to heavy playing, which is one of the tricks that Rush employs a lot. The screaming vocals are back, and so is the Wasp in a Tin Can guitar solo. It's alright again, but the thing, the first side of the album's so strong, the tracks here just feel, a little bit undernourished. And then we slip down a gear with the band, and they the band draw me back again. I say, hey Darren, come over here, I've got something nice for you, because I do like Rush when they're in their mellow mode. This is a delicate little number, augmented by some lovely mellotron strings and flutes. It's a genuinely sweet piece of music, and when the mellotrons kick in, all the hairs, I have got hairs on the back of my neck, they all stand up. That's the power of those mellotrons, get me every time. And this is what I meant previously when I said that the band, might have been lacking a fourth member. I think this might be one of my issues with them, because adding the keyboard player and the mellotrons really adds that extra dimension to the playing. And who knows, if they'd have had such a player with them, it might have been a good foil for them to play against. Right then, the album stumbled to its end with Something for Nothing, a lyric that urges the listener to seize the day. Carpe diem, even. It's all urgent stuff, and it's great for the teenager. If you're of a certain age, this is really going to speak to your man. But if you're a middle-aged fucker like me, it's has the whiff of sixth form pretension about it. And of course, talk about state of bleeding obvious. It ain't in it, is it? So anyway, this is it. It's a short one. It's a short one. That's what the missus says. So, how do I rate the album? Well, it is a classic album. I'm not going to deny that. That first side is just, it's bonkers prog, and it's you really got to check it out. So if you want to like an essential listen, I think 2112 is one of those ones that makes your list if you're going to be checking the band out. So with regards to my rating, I'm going to give this a strong 4 syrinxes out of 5. That's 4 syrinxes out of 5, and I've not had any gin tonight or anything, and I got my good teeth in too. And the reason is that the first side is a fantastic roller coaster ride of a song. It's where they lack musicianship. It's its power, its energy. It draws you in and pulls you forward. It's one of those kind of tracks. But unfortunately, that energy kind of disappears with the B-side, and those songs seem a little wishy-washy in comparison. So that's why it's only like a 4 out of 5. Of course, there are going to be people, especially with this one, there's going to be people out there that disagree with what I say. Leave your comments in the comment box below. But again, don't insult me. Just tell me why you like the album, what it means to you, where you heard it, blah, 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 so everyone can see what you've said. Of course, if you disagree, do the same. Thumbs up, thumbs down, tell your granny, make your dog watch it. You know the routine. We've done it a million times before. Well, at least 250 times before, or whatever the video count is. So anyway, my name's been Darren Locke. I've been burbling on about Rush's 2112, and you've been a very patient and understanding audience. Yes, indeed. So, only one more thing to say. Are you ready? All together now. Prog on!